Hello everybody and welcome back to World of Warships Legends. My name is Spartan Elite 43 and tonight we are back in the Alaska. Now, this is one of those ships where I asked you guys last week. I was like, hey guys, look, I don't know what you guys want to see. So put down some ships in the comments section and I'll try to get some videos in them. And surprisingly, or not surprisingly, Alaska has showed up more often than others. So, we're going to jump into Alaska and we're going to show you just how nasty this thing can be. And I got you a double feature on a Sunday. I know. What kind of treat is this? Don't worry guys, we got good videos coming all week long. Some in ships that are staples on the channel, some in ships that aren't. But I hope you guys enjoy. It's going to be a great week for you guys. It's going to be a great week for me too, because I get to take basically a whole week off because I got enough videos over the weekend that I can record them and post them. And the only time I should have to jump on Legends this week is to jump on to do the salt ration on Wednesday. So I hope you guys are ready. Also, don't forget tonight I will be doing an Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts live stream. So keep an eye out for that tonight. It's usually, you know, kind of late. It's usually around 9 p.m. or so that we start that. So keep an eye out for that. But yeah, we're gonna be in a lot of trouble here. Our team in this first match doesn't exist. They're actually already dead. I know it seems crazy. What do you mean? But just watch. You'll see what I mean. Now here, first shot out, we get a solid hit. I say first shot, we've shot a few times. But first shot where we actually get a solid hit, we hit the Des Moines for over 10K. And then he goes full broadside, and I'm like, ooh, this is going to be juicy. But unfortunately, he does stop, and then he starts to reverse. Now, initially, all I saw was the Marco Polo coming this way. Now, I don't want to push straight up in there because these guys are going whole ham, and if I go in there with them and they die, then we are SOL. Because, let's be honest, while Alaska is incredibly strong, up close and personal, she does lack some of the maneuverability to get out of trouble. Now, that being said, she's still the most agile battleship at Legendary tier, and it ain't even close. Wait, Spartan, it's a cruiser. It's not a battleship. It's a battleship. I've said it before, I'll say it again. This thing is a battleship. It should be treated as such, whether you're playing against it or in it. It is a battleship. And the reason I say that is because it has incredibly powerful main guns that take a long time to reload. And by a long time, I mean for battleship standards, it's pretty good at 16 seconds. But you'll also notice that in this match, I'm actually not running fully packed. I'm running refill station because, oopsie. The reason for that also, Marco Polo, already dead. Who could have seen that coming? But the reason I did that was during the arena season. So it's just one of those situations where the captain was changed for arena, and then I never got to change it back. Now here, in my head, that Marco Polo is on the other side of the island. It took me a couple of seconds here to realize, no, he's in fact on your side of the island, dummy. You should probably start shooting him. And we are going to, in fact, shoot him, and we're going to chunk the crap out of him. You do not give up your broadside to an Alaska. The only people that give up their broadside to an Alaska are dead people, okay? Don't do it. Don't do it. I don't care what ship you're in. Especially at these ranges. Like, he does get angled away here, which is probably why he survives longer than he should. But here we take a shot at him. Also, we have 2 radars. We don't have any other real reason to save them. Because while there are 3 DDs, this match isn't going to last long enough for us to have to worry about that. Now, Marlborough out here, full broadside. We take a shot at him to try to keep him honest, maybe make him turn away. And we are going to smack him as well. And that gets us up over 50,000 damage. Now, unfortunately, we have wandered far enough forward that not only are we being HE bombed by the Marlborough, but the 2 Des Moines that are in the match are also shooting us. So we put out the fires, and at this point, I'm like, okay, we've got to do something different here. Now, there's 2 ways I could have played this, and I think I actually played this incorrectly. Had I gone closer to the island, I could have protected myself from the Marlborough on the right and the Des Moines, and that would have also left me in a position to help more with the destroyers. However, I didn't. I decide to turn out and kite. The enemy has 3 caps. We're currently taking one of them back from the other side of the map, but we are basically all that's left. We've got the Marco Polo down to nothing. He goes down. But unfortunately, he also manages to take huge chunks off of our teammates that are left. And we're being farmed by 2 Des Moines and a Marlboro. Now, Marlboro is actually going to end up killing me here, which is incredibly, like, disheartening in an Alaska, because Alaska will beat the crap out of pretty much any tier 8 or legendary tier. But you can see Des Moines, fully underestimating the power that is the Alaska, decides he wants to go full broadside and sit there and try to use his DPM. Alaska just stripped all of his health away from him and is about to finish him off. Like, you don't do this. I don't care if you're in a cruiser. I don't care if you're in a battleship. You do not go broadside to an Alaska. You will die very quickly. And if you're at close range in a battleship and you go broadside, Alaska will Citadel the snot out of you. Don't play with it. 305s are fully capable of beating the crap out of you. And remember, Alaska, I believe, has 60 caliber guns. Like, they're not your normal 305 millimeter guns, okay? These guns will beat the out of you. Unfortunately, Marlboro actually loaded AP, and he just ruined us. But we're not going to make you watch the rest of that match. We're just going to go ahead and skip to the end, and I'll show you. 118,000 damage, top of the leaderboard, 1,261 base XP. Solid game. Given the fact that we pretty much were the only one to actually kill anything, I think we did pretty good there. But, that being said, we're going to jump into a better match for you guys. We're on Greece. And we're going to go up the left side. We're going to showcase just how nasty this thing can be. And just how tough it can be if you do the right things. Now, don't get me wrong. We get focused hard in this match. Big surprise. I know. Spartan getting focused? Pfft, that doesn't happen. But we also do some things that are incredibly strategic that are going to win this match for our team. Case in point, there are 2 enemy destroyers on the map. Okay? And we are going to be responsible for ruining both of them. But Spartan, it's an Alaska. It has a slow reload. What do you mean it can ruin destroyers? Well, there are more than one way to destroy a destroyer. And one of them is just lighting them up for your team. Believe it or not, everybody hates destroyers. Cruisers, battleships, doesn't matter. Other destroyers, doesn't matter. Everybody hates destroyers. And so if you can keep them spotted, guess what? People will shoot them. I know, it's crazy. And sure enough, first shot out, we got a Marlboro that's broadside, and I'm salivating. Other people are salivating. Their grandkids are salivating. Like, everybody just looking at this and going, oh my god. But unfortunately, he turns out just a little bit, and we shatter on his belt. And that's the unfortunate side of having 14-inch guns. Like, if they angle, and you hit that armor, you're not going through. Had I aimed a little higher, aimed for him to turn out, you can see we do end up getting a little better hit towards the back of the ship. But he's running away. Now, initially, I was going to be sitting here just bombing on these guys. But as I realized that everybody is running away. Look at the group of enemy ships in the middle of the map over there. They're running away from this side. Yet somebody's in the cap. That means that there's a destroyer here, right? So we go ahead, we pop our radar a little early because I thought they'd be in range and I thought I could stay behind the island and then we would get some support. But unfortunately, no. But we do get Dashima spotted here. We take the shot and unfortunately we managed to blap the friggin' island right in front of our face. But we get one penetration on him. Our destroyer's in a good spot to counter. These guys are both in smoke screen, so our destroyer gets to just sit there and bomb on him. I'm spotted, and so our teammates are helping. We go ahead and we aim. He gets taken out right before we get to shot. But you can see just how nasty that radar can be. Now, these guys have been in smoke for a while, and this other remaining destroyer, we noticed that there was 2 of them in the same spot. So this other remaining destroyer is actually just sitting here in the smoke, watching me get closer and closer. We're running sonar because, I mean, we're charging smoke screen, so that's obvious, right? But we see those torps from a mile away. Remember, Kaba torps are black hole torpedoes. Spotting them at that range, not scary at all. Spotting them by the time that you actually spot them are horrible. But here we get a nice shot at the Kaba. All the shells fall short. 2 shells managed to hit a ship. Really unfortunate. Now, I know what you're probably thinking. Well, Spartan, why are you using AP against destroyers? You knew it was destroyer. It's a Kaba. It's not just your regular destroyer. This thing has armor and tends to shatter HE. So I just keep the AP loaded, and we're going to whittle him down. And we're not the only one shooting at him. So again, keeping him spotted, slowing down, turning in. We already saw one set of torps. That's the second set of torps. So we're fine. Now look at the enemy cluster that we have here. Notice I stop. Alright, I don't need to push forward here. We're going to try to capture the base, but we also need to get angled. I'm in full reverse. I'm just waiting for my ship to change course here. But I'm in full reverse because I don't want to just go willy-nilly into the enemy fleet. Despite what other people might have you believe, I'm not an idiot. I actually do know what I'm doing. And I know when I should and shouldn't push. Hint, hint, wink, wink. But unlike those same people, I also like to get my hands dirty and actually move, rather than sit back in the back and watch my team and hope my team carries me to a victory. Shade? I'll let you guys decide. But you can see we have a lot of bad guys that are shooting at us. So we need to try to angle against the most threatening. Now obviously they're all threatening. We got GKs over there, Yamis over there, Marco Polos, Marlboros, and an Alaska on the left side. So I'm trying to angle against everybody. And this brings back to a thing that I've said multiple times on this channel. Do not clump all your firepower into one area. Why? Because people can angle against all of you at once. This is a perfect example of that, where I can go bow right down the center line of all of these ships, and I am effectively angled against all of them. That is why you don't clump up. You gotta work for those crossfires. And had this Alaska just kept going around that island, he probably doesn't end up A, eating a torp here, and B, doesn't end up dead, but C, ends up in a ridiculous crossfire opportunity where I have to bow tank his team, and he's capable of ruining me. That is what we call not preferable, and that would have been the smart play. However, he did not make the smart play. He turns in to go bow into me and the battleships that are with me, and that ends up being his death. So, now that we've got that out of the way, we're going to move forward. We've got shots on the broadside of a Marlboro. We love to see it. He's 18 kilometers away, probably not expecting us to be able to shoot him, but again, guy's not an idiot. He knows if he gets caught broadside, he's a dead man. He's already been slapped a few times, so he turns out. And just like he does, we see that he shot at us, so we turn in and we try to avoid all of the shots. We do, in fact, avoid all of the shot. Well, rather than continuing to shoot at a guy who's kiting away and obviously paying attention, I just ignore him at this point. He's low health. There's a good chance that one of the other guys behind me is going to finish him off. He's not doing much to affect me at this point. He's not a very good shot. We were able to dodge him. So I'm starting to turn my attention towards the rest of his team. We had a broadside Yami to potentially shoot. Unfortunately, he goes dark. Now we have an angle gross occur first. We aim high. Want to hit that superstructure as he's reversing. And here you'll see we get a nice little chunk on a superstructure. Not a lot. It's like 2,700, I think we got there. But next shot's going to be much better. And again, we're aiming high. We can't pin his armor from this angle. We know that the GK has incredible armor. Marlboro did go down, so we made the right call there. But look at that accuracy. Straight into the superstructure. Not a huge hit, 4,800 damage. But any of those shells that hit that superstructure, they're going to fully arm. They're going to detonate. You're going to get decent damage out of it. And GK has a lot of hit points. Now here you can see we're using the island as cover as we approach the guy. I know. Again, crazy talk. Spartan using freaking islands. Oh my god. I know. But when you're in like a super cruiser, you don't have a choice, okay? You don't have the hit points to take and brawl with battleships, okay? You're gonna lose the brawl with a battleship more often than not, unless, of course, they're dumb enough to go broadside, in which case you just ruin them because of DPM. But you can see I'm paying attention to the crossfires. I know that this guy knows me. Damo, we know Damo, right? Damo is one of the guys that we do farming sim with peeking him. So we know Damo. So we got to be careful there. We know he's going to try to be shooting us if he gets an opportunity. So we're trying to use the island to cover ourselves from Damo and the Yama and trying to finish off this GK. GK decides, you know, he's had enough. He's going to go broadside. We're going to just go ahead and end his suffering. And down he goes. Okay, now we have 3 caps. They're currently capturing Alpha. It's inconsequential at this point. There's only 2 of them left, and we are flanking them on all sides. We have a guy off to the right, we have guys cruising right behind me, and we have me and a destroyer on the left. Now, Damo makes an incredibly bad play here. He is full broadside, and we slap the crap out of that man. 6 full penetrations for over 14,000 damage. Yeah, you don't want to do that. So he immediately decides, okay, broadside not going to work. So, yeah, we do manage to go for superstructure. Again, we get another 4 to 6K, something like that. Again, showing that we're getting those full penetrations on the superstructure of battleships. So, here we see our opportunity to blap the crap out of this Yami. Yami has the same weakness in the back as it has in the front. And if we can sneak up, you can see rear turrets going through that cheek. He's lucky I didn't Citadel him there. But he started moving forward at just the right time, so rather than Citadel him, we just got full pins. But you saw we still slapped the crap out of him. But he has the same weakness over the rear of his ship as he has in the front. Now here, Damo actually gets a good shot into us, but again, it's a catch-22. If he goes broadside to get all of his firepower to bear, I'm going to actually beat his reload, and I'm going to be able to punch him. So if he doesn't kill me, which he didn't, then I have the chance to kill him. And before he gets a reload, we're going to go ahead and finish him off. That is the power of the super cruisers. It's basically all of the fun of a battleship, except you have a much faster reload, and you can have all of the agility. You can maneuver so much better. You have radar, you have sonar, usually. The Alaska is incredibly powerful. Not the best match I've ever had in Alaska, but 2 games in a row showing you guys easy games of over 120k against ridiculous firepower, and we survived this time. Didn't survive the first one, survived this time, and showed the enemy exactly how dangerous the Alaska truly is. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Are you guys ready for a solid week of videos? And if you like what I'm doing, punch the like button, leave a comment below, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and as always, I will see you in the next video.